Hey guys, this is Nikki26 and I'm here with a guess what kind of video. Time to put my glasses on. Yes, honey, it's a read video. I am here to read Miss Carmen Carrera and her tranny comments and her protest about the word tranny. Now, I'm going to start with a little bit about her. Her Wikipedia started in 2011. Okay, so obviously you weren't recognized to the world before then, and that's when she appeared on RuPaul's Drag Race. I also want to make a comment that you've been Chris for 29 years and you've been really living as transgender Carmen for only 2. So I would like to know, how is it so offensive to you of using the word tranny? You are a trans woman, transgender, tranny, short. It's not like it's saying something derogatory. It's just like a slang term. It's not even something that is offensive. So I don't even understand how you are so offended. You've only been a woman for 2 years. So yeah, I got a whole lot to say, and you know me, so I have my notes. I have pages and pages of notes. So this video might be pretty lengthy, but Carmen, I'm coming for you. Hey, this is Nikki26, and after this day, do not call me black, do not call me a lesbian, do not call me gay, do not call me a woman. I will only be classified as a periwinkle unicorn. Don't call me anything else. I will find it offensive. I just want to be called a periwinkle unicorn. You're coming up with all these damn terms. You want to be everything. Like, you can't keep making up terms to fit where you feel fit in. You can't just make up who you think you are and say that this is for the world to recognize. You cannot do that. If I cannot be a periwinkle unicorn, you cannot be a CSI male, a CSI gay, or trans this, trans that. I don't know. There's so many terms for just being a gay male. A gay male or female is ridiculous. You can't even keep up with these things. Like, I be who you are, and then whatever the world thinks, fuck them. Because it's about who you are and what you bring to the table. So be who you are, bring what you bring to the table, and the world have to accept you the way you are. You don't have to change the world saying that this is what you gotta call me now. If that's what you accept yourself as, then that's what you are. Call me a periwinkle unicorn. That's it. From now on, you just call me that. So, now down to the read, honey. Okay, so, like I said, your Wikipedia page acknowledges you as a drag queen, drag performer, transgender, whatever you would like to consider yourself, since 2011. Let's note that Season 3 aired January 21st to May 2nd, 2011. That's when you had gotten recognized internationally. That's when you have gotten recognized worldwide. Because yes, darling, I do remember you as a little boy. I remember you as Chris performing in Connecticut at the Polo and at Escuelitas in New York. And so you've come a long way since performing there, making $200 plus tips and hotel accommodations. You've come a long way since then, and that is because Mr. RuPaul gave you the platform for you to get recognized and for you to do what you're doing right now. So I did see that you have a comment on I'm trying to find it right now. You have a comment that you put up and saying, this is what you said, and I'm going to put my commentary in it. I am going to, you know, say what I have to say about that, because you obviously think that you made yourself, darling. Yes, you were known in the tri-state area as a drag queen, and people knew who you were, and you had a family, and you had children, and you had all of that. Yeah, people did recognize you as that. But once you were on RuPaul's Drag Race, you recognized worldwide since then. So don't act like Mr. RuPaul never gave you anything or fed you. Now, he didn't directly feed you, but yes, because of him paving the way for you, you were able to do the things that you were doing. And if it had not been for RuPaul, who blazed the trail for you, not even years, because you said years, honey, decades. How about decades? Okay, so he blazed the trail for you for decades and gave you the platform to use. You wouldn't have had that if it wasn't for RuPaul. Who would have known? Who knows who would have been besides RuPaul? Yeah, there was a bunch of drag queens that led the way for RuPaul, and RuPaul led the way for you, darling. So let's get that together, and let's not get it twisted, because you did not make this whole thing. You didn't have to fight that whole big fight by yourself, honey, because he made it a lot easier for you. But let's go into this this Facebook rant you had up there. Oh, for the record, I love RuPaul as an artist. Taught me a lot while I filmed the show. For that, I thank him. Don't know him personally, but I respect his years in the industry. And like I said, let's make that years instead of making it seem like 2 to 5 or, you know, whatever. Decades he's done this, okay? With that being said, I just have one issue that needs to be cleared up. RuPaul never fed me. Had it not been for RuPaul, you would have never been recognized worldwide. Had it not been for RuPaul, you would have never been in W Magazine, which happens after you appeared on the show. Had it not been for RuPaul, you would have never took photograph with David LaChapelle. Maybe you would have, but it was because you were recognized on that show that gave you that platform, okay? So let's not get that twisted, doll, okay? I didn't make it, let's say, now, he didn't feed me, not even a Tic Tac. I didn't make it to that round. My career, who I am, my achievements, and my diet are credited to my agent, my friends, my fans, and my self-discipline. RuPaul ain't called Steven Meisel or David LaChapelle to photograph me. RuPaul ain't calling Elite Model Management to sign me as a model. And yes, that's also another thing that happened after you appeared on the show. RuPaul ain't calling CNN to cover my Victoria's Secret petition. No, but that also is another thing that happened because you were recognized as a drag queen on RuPaul's Drag Race. Okay, RuPaul ain't calling Tyra Banks and VH1 to give me my own reality TV show. RuPaul ain't paying for my daughter's private school. RuPaul is doing what he loves and I'm doing what I love. We two have separate ways of using our platform, and that's what we can disagree on. But one thing is for sure, I'm not paying his bills and he isn't paying mine. Let's get it straight, darling. He helped pay your bills. Let's get it straight. He helped you get those opportunities, because without RuPaul's show, you wouldn't have had those opportunities. And darling, do remember, I was there in the clubs with you when you were working in Esquilitas and when you were working at Polo. So let's not get that twisted. When you were doing $200 shows and tips, let's not get that twisted. You've come a long way. So now you can request more money because you're more recognized right now. And so yes, you are going to be paving the way for transgender women, but you started out as a drag queen, and you started the show as a boy. You started the show as Chris. Then you, matter of fact, let's go back to the audition. If the word she-male offended you, there were 2 other seasons prior before you got onto this season. So if you were so offended by the word tranny or she-male, you would have never applied to that show. But darling, when you applied for that show, you were still a boy in drag. And if it wasn't for RuPaul, you would still be at the MAC counter and taking pictures with Jenny from the block. And let me just say this for the people, because I know I'm going to have people who really love Carmen and really feel some type of way. Oh my God, she took pictures with Jennifer Lopez. She like Jenny from the block. Oh my God, like I love her. And like, forget that, honey. Let's go to the real deal. You started out as a boy, and you started out as a boy. It was only 3 years ago when you were on RuPaul's Drag Race. You started out as a boy. You were a boy for all your life up until then, okay? You did not go through that transition yet. Okay, so you're a boy. You audition for the show. You get on the show, and you don't have a problem with the word tranny. You don't have a problem with the word she-male. But now, all of a sudden, you have a problem with that as your transition, right? You have a problem with the word she-male now. Okay, so if you had a problem with the word she-male or tranny, why did you even come back and do Drag U? If you were so offended, why would you have done that? I mean, if I'm offended by something and somebody's calling me something derogatory or something that I think is disrespecting the person that I am not going to appear on their show, and I'm not going to reappear on their show. So let's get that straight. That's one. And the first thing, when you were on RuPaul's Drag Race, you were not offended by the word tranny or she-male. And let's go on to saying, when you were on the show, remember, you were in a group called the Heathers. You guys were like the bullies, and you called everybody else what, boogers or something like that. So you guys were bullies on the show, but yet you're gonna sit there and acting like you're so, oh, I'm so love, I love this, I love that, and my gender's so important, and it doesn't have any, it doesn't have, gender has no beauty, and blah blah blah. Come on, save that trash. What are you promoting right now? What are you getting ready for? I would like for your management team to shut you up, because right now you're making yourself look really stupid. The reason why you're making yourself look stupid is because you look like a hypocrite, because it was fine for you till you got on the show. Now you off the show, now you went through a transition. Now now all of a sudden it offends you. If it offends you now, it should have offended you then, but it didn't. So I don't understand where you're coming from. And like I said, tranny is not even something that's disrespectful. And you would like to take the word tranny and compare it to being called a nigger. Now let me let you know something, darling. Slavery and transgender is not the same fight. You cannot compare slavery, people being stolen from a country in a boat naked for days and months, coming over to America, being enslaved, being called nigger, to being a transgender woman. That is a choice that you made. You decided that you were not comfortable in your male body and that you would like to have become a woman. Let me tell you something. There is nothing that I can do to change the color of my skin, and I would never disrespect my ancestors for the fight that they put up for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not here because of myself. I'm here because they paved the way for me. And just like you are not here because of yourself. You are here because there are other transgender people that paved the way for you. So stop acting like you made yourself and you came up with this idea on your own, because you are not the first transgender woman. That's first of all. And so you cannot compare the word nigger to transgender. You cannot compare the word nigger to tranny, because nigger is derogatory and tranny is just a slang term for transgender. The prefix is right there in the word trans. There's no prefix in the word black African America that translates to nigger. None. So you can't compare that. You said it's like you calling Ellen DeGeneres a dyke, or it's like calling Anderson Cooper a fag. It's like calling RuPaul a nigger, and it's like calling you a tranny. Honey, those are not in the same, that's not in the same category, and I'll be damned, and I am so offended that you would even think that you could even put those two in the same category. Somebody really needs to put a muzzle on your mouth and stop you from using social media to make these dumb comments that you are making, because they are stupid. And let me just make another comment. I do know Carmen from New York and Connecticut. I do know her. I used to go to her shows. I used to think that she's beautiful. And if it, like I said, if it wasn't for RuPaul, you would just be a beautiful boy and pretty makeup, because she could do her makeup, and pasties covering a cock. Okay, so please, let's not get it twisted because you have boobs and you have a vagina. Let's not forget where we came from. And that's what I think. I think you are forgetting where you came from, doll. You came from being in the drag world, which was only 3 years ago. Now all of a sudden you have this huge platform that you think that you standing up for all the trannies in the world, but ain't nobody else have a problem with that. Nobody was protesting that before you came along, and now all of a sudden you come along in your 2 years of transition and you have issues. Okay, honey, sit down, have several seats outside of the auditorium. You are not allowed to be in here. As a stage performer, on RuPaul, we saw you and you were kind of boring, and I guess the world sees you now as more intriguing, but you were always just gorgeous, naked. You was always that gorgeous, naked boy. Anybody can perform like that. You're not one of the great drag performers. It's not to me. You don't give a, I mean, you give a pretty show, but you don't give a great show. You're not out there sweating, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not giving a great show. I've seen you perform, mama. I've seen you perform before you even became the female Carmen Carrera. Let's just say that. And like I said, I do remember her tucking her penis, and I would be so surprised, like, where the hell is it? Because she would just have like a pasty on. I'm like, where the hell are you tucking your penis? But, you know, it is what it is. I can't knock your show. That's what you had. But as a drag queen, you are always referred to as a girl, hey sis, hey queen, hey bitch. You are always referred to as such, right? So, for as long as you've been doing drag, which is longer than you've been a transgender woman, you have never been offended by being called that. And I know, because I've been around the people that you had, your children and, you know, all that other stuff. I've seen that. So you were never offended by that. So you were a girl when you accepted being called a girl when you were in drag. And then even when you was a boy, you still, hey girl, you still accepted that. So as a boy, you were a male, right? So you were she as in drag and male. So she male, you put that together. I mean, I don't understand how that's offensive, because you perform in drag, but you are a guy. So she male, it describes both parties. It describes both of who you are. I don't understand how that's offensive. And I'm going to keep on saying, I don't understand how that's offensive, because it describes both ways like that you are. You perform as a woman, you live as a man. She, male. I get that. Why don't you? Why do you find it offensive? Because now you're living as a woman. You find it to be offensive because you are a trans woman. You have no problem being on a show that's called Trans America, or whatever that show is that you're about to be on, and whatever show that Tyra is about to put out about living as a transgender woman. You have no problem with the word trans in front of your name. So if you don't have a problem with the word trans in front of your name, why do you have a problem with the word tranny? I don't get it. I really don't get it. And I don't get it because you're a new tranny woman. That's why I don't get it. I also would like to say, you bust your ass to get on that show because you stood by it. You know who RuPaul is. RuPaul is legendary. Okay, so you bust your ass trying to be on the show. So when exactly did the word tranny or she-male offend you? Was it in the audition process? Was it when they casted you? Was it during the time that you were taping the show? Was it during the time that you were still performing as a drag queen? Was it when you went back for Drag U? Was it after Drag U? Like, when exactly did that word offend you? Was it when you went through the transition 2 years ago? Is that when those words offended you? Because you seem like you were really gung-ho when it was beneficial to you, but now that you are who you are, you think now, oh, okay, that's disrespectful. Like I said, if somebody called me a nigger 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, it's still offensive if you're calling me a nigga now. Okay, so like I said, do not compare those two terms. It's still offensive to me. So if you thought that being a she-male and a tranny was offensive, it would have been offensive to you in 2011 when you got on the show. And it wasn't. So now all of a sudden you're like a flip-flopper. You're like a hypocrite. You're just like, I don't believe you. You know what I'm saying? You're also saying that the younger generation, that logo is filled with the younger generation. Okay, so what is the younger generation? To me, what I can say is that the younger generation has it a little bit easier to come out. They have it a little bit more easier to make this transition. Because medical techniques have become leaps and bounds from when people were first trying to do it. So the procedures have overcome leaps and bounds. So yeah, it's a lot easier. It's a lot it's more acceptable, and you can do things differently without the pain and the agony or whatever. So yes, you are teased, you may be bullied, you may be beat up, you may, you know, living as a male or a gay woman or whatever you want to say you are, then I could understand that. But you're living as a woman, which means, okay, so you're a transgender woman, you're living a straight life. So if you're living a straight life, then stop. Who are you fighting for? You live the straight life. You don't need to fight for the gays and live your straight life and worry about you and your straight life. Either male or female. If you're looking at your applications or if you're filling anything out, there's only a checkbox for male and female. There is no box for trans anything. Okay, so you have to recognize yourself as either a woman or you're recognizing yourself as a man, but you cannot be in between because there is no checkbox for that. Just like there is no checkbox to put all these different races that everybody is. You either black, you're white, you're Spanish, or, you know what I'm saying? You have a box. Check that box. And no, I'm not saying you have to live within those means, but I'm also saying you have to be respectful as, you know, you have to be respectful for what people are doing and what people have done for you. And like I said, RuPaul has paved the way for you. And I don't need to speak for RuPaul. RuPaul could read you under the rug, honey. I don't have to read for RuPaul because RuPaul is on it. And I know he can defend himself and, you know, he defends his own battles. But I do feel like it was... somebody needed to say something, and I'm always the person who thinks that somebody needs to speak up for those phony people. And I think that you are phony, and I think you need to sit your ass down somewhere because you were not offended in 2011, and we in 2014. Now all of a sudden you're so offended and so appalled. Girl, sit down somewhere. That's basically what I would like to say about the Carmen Carrera RuPaul Drag Race comments about the she-male and the tranny terms. That's basically what I would like to say. Those are my views. It's not necessarily yours. But if you have any comments and you feel some type of way, or you feel the same way, or whatever, just leave your comments below and let me know what you're thinking. Because like I said, if you weren't offended 3 years ago when that platform was available to you to become who you are right now. I don't understand how it's so offensive and derogatory to you now, especially after you just became a woman 2 years ago. So yeah, I do have an issue with that. And also you acting like you made yourself. If you did not go on RuPaul's Drag Race, you would have not been worldwide. You would have not been known worldwide. So that's all I have to say for this read, darling. If you have anything to say about trans, tranny, transgender, please leave me a comment and let me know what you think. I'm sorry, sometimes these bitches make me have to put on my glasses, honey, and I have to read them for filth, honey. You gotta read these bitches for filth, because they be sitting here trying to act brand new when they have brand new things. And I'm saying, you know, brand new boobs, brand new poom poom, brand new booty, you know. So let's not act fake, honey, when we know where you came from. I do remember you from Jersey. I do remember you from your drag life. So don't act brand new. It's Nikki 26 and I must read these bitches. Huh.